Greetings everyone. I, Saman Jain, am going to elucidate my project, Annapoorna, a food loss recovery program. India is the second largest vegetable producer in the world, producing 691 grams per capita, and this production has only risen despite the COVID-19 pandemic. Further, Gujarat ranks sixth amongst the top 10 vegetable producing states in India. Hence, as a country, India's population should have abundant nutrition. But that is not the case, as India continuously ranks lowest on the Global Hunger Index, and Gujarat as a state ranks lower than the national average for malnutrition in children. Rajkot further ranks lowest amongst the state in this aspect. So, if the nutrition is not reaching the citizens, where is it going? It's going to waste, similar to the 30 to 40% of produce that is lost in India annually. There are multiple sectors of food loss in Rajkot, as per my survey, and today I will be focusing on fresh produce loss and waste. Rajkot acts as a regional sale and distribution hub for the satellite spokes in the western Gujarat region. Hence, at its APMC market yard, Rajkot has about 80 dealers, 40 of them dealing with fresh produce through two daily auctions. On average, each farmer hauls about 5 tons of fresh produce per auction. Through the sale process between auctions, about 100 kgs per farmer or a daily average of more than 3 tons of fresh produce is discarded for composting daily. This is the situation at the yard, where the produce is in perfect edible state and is thrown due to lack of commercial value. The farmers, to reduce their losses, shed the load of the unsold produce, and hence it reaches the municipal compost plants in this condition. Perfectly edible nutrition is lost daily. Hence, we are able to track this chain of events where multiple resources are invested to grow, transport, auction, and thereon compost edible nutrition, amounting to a conservative total of 96 tons monthly. This is a rising issue globally, accounting for lost revenue, resources, increasing global emissions, and in Rajkot, this is happening parallel to a situation where more than half of the urban poor children are malnourished, according to a recent study. So let's look at existing food recovery paths. There are multiple projects and policies in the pipeline, but most either focus on cooked food recovery or are not yet practically possible in India's context. Hence, I developed Annapoorna, a food recovery and child nutrition program. It aims to tackle food recovery loss in three simple steps. Count it, that is accounting for unsold fresh produce at source. Change it, that is focusing on diverting it to subsidize and provide nutrition to the underprivileged. And scale it, which aims to provide a food recovery platform, recovering and diverting surplus restaurant food, fresh produce, fresh caps, household food, and bulk food waste. Fresh produce loss would be mapped and accounted, procured and transported, diverted to provide nutrition, and only the unfood produce or its scrap will be composted, hence utilizing the most preferred food recovery model. This was the value chain before Annapurna, wasting more than 1100 tons of fresh produce annually. Implementing Annapurna would divert this fresh produce to feed 32,000 meals a day with 100 grams of vegetable portions per meal, hence not composting any fresh produce and only composting fruits, food scraps, saving more than 1,000 tons annually. At these multiple locations near urban slums, stationary and mobile distribution centers would be developed, capturing the target malnutrition children where they are already present. The project would have multiple agencies and organizations involved in its planning, facilitation, execution, and monitoring, including a CSR funder and a state CSR authority for monitoring. The project would bring multiple benefits to the society. The Indian culture of zero food waste would be promoted, a sustainable waste value chain would be developed, emissions related stresses would be reduced, achieving SDGs 12.3 specifically. Further, malnutrition would be tackled, which would reduce the health related expenditure of the state. And finally, economic benefits would be provided to local authorities, citizens, and farmers. Additionally, a concept of Eyes on Rajkot would emerge as it would tackle multiple social aspects, achieving targets and receiving funding from multiple national level programs and missions, along with the highly coveted Smart City and Swachhta Sarvekshan national rankings. Further, a possibility of international award from MUFPP is also anticipated. An attempt of public participatory planning was also initiated through Annapurna, where it was found that households struggle to provide nutrition to their offsprings and would gladly accept and even pay for quality nutrition in Rajkot. Citizens have awaited such a program in Rajkot, and farmers and dealers at the APMC yard had covered their support. Post feedback, this is a detailed business canvas of the project, which highlights a 8 lakh monthly deficit, which will be funded through CSR and government grants. Additional external savings and revenue would be received by respective organizations. Annapurna also faces some challenges relating to government partnerships, farmers, and climate and market risks, among other operational challenges. Annapurna has been submitted for review to multiple organizations for upgradation and further implementation. Thank you.